G'day everyone. Recently I got sent another light. You know, I have this fascination with lighting because I just think it's so important for good portrait photography and also videography. FALCONEYES contacted me to see if I wanted to have a look at this light, and what's different about this is it has a diffused filter over the top of it. All the other LED lights I have you can actually see the LEDs even when you put a diffuser over the top of them. So I thought this might be interesting to look at to see how soft the light can be off this. Now it does come in a great little pack or case. I'll show you what's included. Inside it, really all you'll get is you get the light itself, and you can see here that this is the diffusion panel, and you just get a power adapter if you want to plug this into the wall. But you can also use batteries to power this as well, and I'll show that in a second. So let me just take this out. These are the batteries you can use. They're just the typical Sony MP batteries that you can use. They all come in various sizes, depending on how much power you actually need. This is the F970. And to plug it in, all you basically do at the back is just click it in at the back and then push down. Once you've got the battery in, you can see here it's quite minimal. You don't need a battery that's this big, obviously. You can use a nice small one. Now really there's just a couple of parts to this light. You have an adapter here so you can mount this onto a light stand that I'll show you when I set this up in a minute. And on the back you've just got a couple of controls. So you've got a little adapter at the back, which is your DC adapter here, so you can plug that into the wall. And you've also got the on-off switch. So I'll turn it on and I'll just show you how simple this is to use. So all you do is you just switch it on at the back, and then you've got a touch screen to control the power intensity of this light. So you can just go up and down in 1% increments. You can also change your color temperature through the back as well, and I'll show you on Suzy how this works. So very, very simple. You can also have channels on this, so you can have multiple lights. So as long as they're on the same channels, you can control multiple lights and things like that with this as well. Really nice. So let's just have a look at the specs first that this has, and then I'll set it up and show you how this all works. Okay, so I just thought I'd quickly show you the light again in the studio so you can see it, get a better idea of how this looks. It is quite light. I mean, it also depends on how big your battery is that you put on there. These are those, the MPF batteries that you put in there, the standard Sony batteries. You could run one that's a lot smaller. You just got to understand it wouldn't last as long. Very, very nice. Feels like it's well built. I mean, it's all metal in the casing here. This part feels plasticky here though, but apart from that it feels like it's reasonably well made for the cost. It does have this diffusion panel on the front here, which is what gives you that lovely soft light that you're getting from it. But like I said, it also depends how close you are to your subject and how far away from your subject you are. If you want to obviously move further away from your subjects, you may need to go to one of the other ones. Like I said, I think there's 3 variations of these in different size light panels. So let's have a look at the specifications anyway that this talks about. I just found this website that has the specifications about it. The model is the FALCONEYES, and it's called the SO-28TD. So that's the model number. If you're dealing through here, that's the model number there. It provides extremely soft light, and it does seem to give you really nice soft light. The wattage is 28 watts. And the light is produced within a 65-degree angle, and I'll show you the full specs in a minute. The CRI value is 95, and the brightness is adjustable with that touch screen as well, and you can use it with that MPF battery, but like I said, that's not supplied. You have to buy that yourself if you want to run it from battery, or just run it from the wall the whole time. You can control this wirelessly too if you have multiple units, as long as they're on the same channel. I've only got the one light though. Okay, so let's look at the specifications. The brand is FALCONEYES, and the number of LEDs, it's got 120 in this unit. Power consumption is 28 watts, and it's continuously variable. Dimensions is 37 by 34.5 by 6 centimeters. The weight is 1.13 kilograms. The light output in looms, the Lumix is 2460. The light output at a meter is 623. Light output at 2 meters is 160. The cooling fan, and there isn't one. The color temperature goes from 3000 to 5000 K. And the CRA is 95. The optional accessories, just to look at these, really the main ones there is if you want to use this as a remote control, you can buy this LED remote control, the RC6, and you can get light stands and batteries as well, but you can buy them from anywhere. I've got, like I said, a number of those batteries that are around as well as chargers and things like that. It's really only this that you need if you want to use a number of these and remote control them. Okay, so let's set this on the light stand. I've just got a normal light stand here, and then you can just do it up to tighten it onto the stand. Now, the beauty is then that you can go up or down, and you can tighten this off if you want to tighten on the side here. So you can go up and down, and you can also go that way as well. So it depends whether you want to go, left or right as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the lights off, and then we'll have a look at what this does on Suzy behind me here, and to see what sort of lighting you get from this. Okay, so I've got this now in the studio. I'm just going to turn this light on so that you can see the difference that it makes. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how much sort of power you've got over this. If we look at Suzy there, I'm going to take the power right the way down and then put it up to full. Like you can see, it's quite smooth going up and down. That's completely off, and then it will go up in small increments depending on where you want it to go. Now I've got it reasonably close to Suzy. What am I? I'm probably over a metre away, just over a metre. So let's see what sort of results that we can get. Now I'll show you, I'll bring this power up. So I'm going to go to about, well, we'll try around about 70% and just look. We'll try 80% and just see how that goes. So that's 80% now. That's on the power side. Now, if I want to change the colour, at the moment I'm on 4500, 5400K. If I wanted to go right the way up, it'd go to 56. So you'll see that's quite warm, cold. And then if I come right down here to 3000K, it'll be very, very warm. So you have got a lot of control over how you want the colour to look. So that's good because that means you can match the ambient temperature in the background. Now you'll notice straight away that if we move this around, the shadows are very, very well controlled here. There's very little shadow on Suzy's face at all. If I bring, I'll take the hat off for a second so you can sort of see without the hat. If we move this around, I'll take it up a bit higher and then bring it down so you can have a look at what the shadows do. So let me zoom in on Suzy here and we'll have a look. So you can see here that if we do put this on a normal type portrait look where I've come in reasonably high there and I'll angle it down a little bit, you can see through here that yes, there is a slight shadow coming through here, but the shadows are very nicely controlled. We've even got reasonable shadows on the side of the face here as well. So the shadows look terrific, but I think it's very, very nicely controlled. You can sort of see there, I'll move the light around a little bit so you can have a look just at the way it changes. I think the light's really nice. I think it gives a lovely soft type look, and that's due to the fact that you've got that lovely diffused area at the front of the light. So let me just put a hat back on because I just think it looks better. And then I'm going to take I'll take an image. So what I'm using here, just to show you the sort of power that you're getting on this, you have to understand this is the smallest one that they released. There's another two models that are above this one in size. So this is the smallest model that's released. It's on 80% power at the moment. And I said it's about a metre away. So you'll sort of see the fall off and everything that we're getting from this. I'm going to use the A7 III and I'm going to use the Zeiss Batis to take a photo of Suzy. And you can have a look at the type of results that you're going to get. So, what settings? I want to keep it at 1/25th of a second. I'm on f1.8, so I am wide open, and I'm on ISO 100. I'm just going to take a shot of that just to have a look. Now, probably could go up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to ISO 160 and then take another shot. Actually, I'll go a bit further. So I'll push it just where it's starting to clip, which is there. So I'm on 1/25th of a second, f1.8, ISO 200. and we'll take that shot. Now I'll step back a bit and I'll try and do a head and shoulders shot just so you can see the fall off that we're getting from this. So what I'll do is I'll put them on the computer and you can have a look at the results you're getting. It should be quite interesting. Like I said, you're seeing a shadow on this side, but that's because I'm standing so far away from this light. It sort of has to be facing on direct. If you bought one of the bigger ones of these, obviously you'd be able to move it more either side because it's a much sort of bigger light source. This will get softer as the closer that you bring it. If I move it further away, it will obviously get harder, so that's something also that you have to consider. But like any of these, due to the fact that this has a battery on it, it's quite simple to take it off and then move around. I'll show you that now because I'll take it off and I'll just show you how you can move it around very, very quickly. So you could have your assistant just moving around here. Now, because it's on, like I said, it's not the battery, you could just move around to wherever you wanted this to go. And manipulate it exactly as you like. So if you had an assistant, you could just keep moving that around until you're very happy with what you're getting from Suzy as well. So that's another great feature about this as well. So I think it's pretty good. Like I said, if you look at it, the shadows are very, very soft, which is really nice. I was expecting it to be a little bit harsher, but if you look at Suzy's face, you can see where the shadows fall and it's really good. And I think that's a great thing about this light. That diffusion does work very, very well. Like I said, I've used other light panels before where you can, even though they have a diffuser that you can fit over the top, when they have all the individual LEDs, it is a harder light that you get from those, whereas this looks very, very soft, which is really nice for portraiture and things like that. It almost looks like window type light, which is great as well. So if you have any questions, I will leave the link down below where you can purchase this from. If you have any questions, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And apart from that, I'll see you all soon for the next video. Bye for now.